Hello everybody, I'm back with another video for you today, and I'm in the process of moving apartment, where I'll hopefully be able to finally get some actually good internet, and can maybe do some streams, some more videos, and we'll see what happens. But that means the next couple of videos are just going to be me playing some more meta decks, not going to be diving too much into the deck building side of things. I'll do that once I'm settled over in my new place, and I'll come up with some kind of spicy new ideas. So for now, just going to be some gameplay with some, pretty regular decks. And today, it's going to be a bit of hybrid Squirtle, the elves, the poisons. I'm sure you've seen this deck at some point. I did, talk about it in my meta snapshot recently. Go check that out if you haven't, if you want some deck ideas and the like. But yeah, this is a very powerful deck. Really kind of trying to abuse the tempo and the point swing that comes with elves, with Venusiel, with Elias, Teruviel, Aileron coming out of the deck, very key, and Half-Elf Hunter, very solid 6-drop card. There aren't too many good 6 provision cards in the game, but Half-Elf Hunter is definitely one of them. So yeah, you're really trying to abuse that tempo, the sheer amount of points that you can gain very, very quickly with elves, and the synergies that those bring. We've got Yaven, but no Isengrim here, because Isengrim can be a little bit awkward to get value from, whereas Yaven is pretty much always on the mark, smashing an enemy unit, getting you some much needed kind of removal value. And this deck has a lot of that. That's why I've called it Hybrid Destruction. Maybe a little bit of a cringy name, ultimately, but we do have a lot of ways to destroy enemy units. We're running 5 poisons plus morale, so total 7 potentially. You're able to pretty much kill 3 units most of the time, even if they have a Purify, so that's really, really nice. Going to be able to answer all sorts of tool, threats. We've got that Teruviel for the wide board, damaging all enemy units on a row, and then of course we've just got elves for sheer points, and a bit of harmony value in there as well with hawks and things. Dwarf package is quite nice as well, Novigradian Justice, allowing you to thin out one of your marauders while having another one on the board is really, really solid tempo and just a good round 1 play if you need a bit of push, a bit of power in that round. Overall, very solid deck. Got a lot of options. Venusiel you can play on ranged or melee depending on the situation. Melee row can be very powerful with all the Deadeyes from your leader, from Elias, etc. Or you can just spawn more elves if you are in need of those. So definitely very flexible and a lot of power here. So let's jump into some games and see how this plays. But before that, make sure you're subscribed if you're not, so you can see the videos, of course, guys. And also check the description for coaching, paid coaching if you're after that. Anyway, enough said, let's jump into those games. Alright, we're going to be up against a bit of Uprising to begin with. And not a bad hand to start with. We can probably get rid of Bowman. It's not a bad Harmony activation. We should probably get rid of Miners before that. Before the Bowman. Yeah, I think just Miner Mulligans here is a good option. Not the best cards, but not awful either. You're okay to top deck them in round 3 kind of thing, if you absolutely have to. We've got a lot of Harmony. Harmony and Poison. That's probably one way we're going to win around here, and the other way will be Elves. I want to use those 2 packages of cards very effectively. Ooh, Hawk is going to be quite nice here, I think. Let's just go with that immediately. Don't want his guys getting armor. Although we don't care that much about damaging in this round, we care more about poisoning. I think it's probably still better to get rid of this, get rid of that threat. But okay, we've got another movable unit, although poison is also looking pretty tempting on that. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'll probably go with poison here first with my 2 dryads.
The wood shall turn against you.
Not gonna go with the damage first, because then if he purifies this, maybe lose some value. Generally better to, follow up with the Dryad Ranger rather than go with it straight away.
Army's a waste of time for one like me.
Okay. Alright. I would quite like to deal with that unit, but I think I'm just gonna focus on developing the second poison here. I suppose we could go with a morale. That would be quite punishing for him, I think. It's probably quite good play to make.
Death can come.
So now we're ahead on even, and we're making sure we can kill that drummer next turn unless he reacts. And if we're able to do that, we're going to be very far ahead in points. It's going to be a big problem for him. Okay, he does have boiling oil, so now we'll probably instead go for the hawk and bowman kind of method of killing the drummer, I think. That'll work quite nicely here, get that harmony on the board. We quite like to get the other poisons down in this round. It's definitely an option. I think first we'll go with this bowman, yeah. Probably play on back row, that's fine. So with 5 points up, he has Mauler on the board. He's going to probably need to play a pretty good card to stay in this round. And if he doesn't, we can, you know, definitely push and punish. So I think I'm most interested in just playing a ranger now to, you know,
One arrow. That is all I need.
to threaten the poison again. And this is what the deck does very well, just, you know, threatens a lot of reach, a lot of push with the poison value, with the harmony value early on, and then the elves later to really seal the deal. Kind of going to plan right now, everything. We'll see what he has. He could definitely have like a fallible here and, you know, put himself in a decent position, at least not losing on even. It's not exactly going to be ideal having to use that big card early in the game. Looks like he doesn't have it. Alright, so we could go with the Weeping Willow if we want to maximize points. But I think I might just go, yeah, I think I'll go with Marauder first. He doesn't seem to have an answer. So I'd rather play the weaker card first. It still gets us ahead. And we can go with the poison next. Should we need to do that, if we need a big tempo swing. Still procs harmony. So of course we miss 1 point on Willow if we're going to go with that this round as well, but I don't think that 1 point will matter too much. I think it's better to trade a bad card here away for maybe another bad of his. Or if he wants to start doing strong plays, then we've got that poison to react. Okay, it looks like the big play is coming now. It is only a Baron though. It's actually not very scary at all. Don't have any, you know, big boosted units, no Percival on my side or anything like that. So not too threatening at all. I'll go with the Willow now to get my poison value. It's a pretty okay trade, although Baron, you know, against elves isn't going to do too much at any point in the game really. But yeah, this looks like a pretty convincing win on even right now. We still have follow-up plays if we need them. We can play Yavin if we want, or Elias. Both are kind of acceptable. Particularly if we get good cards from him. You know, possibly Falibor or whatever. Pretty sure he's probably got it in hand since he didn't opt to play it with Royal Decree, but I could be wrong about that. Gonna be a Visigoth now, alright. And two leader charges, so that's a really big commitment from him. I'm very happy to see that. And now the question is whether we commit Elias or Yavin, or both. You know, I think we could go Yavin first. The question is, will we then have enough points with Elias? I think we probably will. But Elias is a bit more threatening. It kind of will force him to play quite a good card if he wants to win the round. So I think I'm happy with Elias first. It's a good card for later, but this way we're just maximizing points now, really ensuring the win on even. If he wants to play a Falibor or whatever, then it's not going to do much good, whereas if he played it against my Yavin, then that would maybe force me to lead a charge and stuff like that to win the round, which I'd rather not do, I think. Should just be a winning situation, really. If I do pull out Aileron, that might be kind of annoying for me, because I would rather save that strength for later, probably. I suppose I could have even killed my Bowman just to make sure Aileron was only coming out if I wanted it to.
Her Majesty is...
But okay, we're actually gonna just... oh, he's actually playing leader as well, okay. I was gonna say, if he just passed there, we could probably choose to not even worry and just go to round 3. But we do have enough points here with Aileron coming out. So yeah. I'll just take the win on even, and I have an extra leader. I think there's pretty much no way we can lose the game at this point. We have all of the options. We can push round 2 to win, we can pass to win, we can, you know, do kind of anything and probably be fine here. Probably the correct players to pass, but I think I might just do a cheeky 2-0 push. I mean, against Northern Realms it also doesn't hurt to try to 2-0 them, just because there's a possibility of them having a decent long round with engines and things. This guy was playing drummer and cards like that, so I think it's good to push here a little bit. Especially with this hand, it's very proactive. And we should just be 2-0ing him most of the time here. We'll see what he's able to make in terms of what's the biggest play he can have at the end, and then, yeah, I mean, his siege ladder is pretty weak, so I think we, at this point, can just seal the deal. We go in with our last play, either for Oak or for Venosial for damage. Both are pretty good. Oak will probably be more points, I suppose. So yeah, I think this is just a guaranteed 2-0 no matter what. Let's take it. No point messing around and giving him a chance to get back into the game. We'll just take the win now. I think Oak is the most points. I'm not going to calculate it though. Venosial is killing both of those units, so it'd be 14, but Oak here was, yeah, 14 as well. So I think they were... actually Venosial might have been an extra point. Although we've got Harmony, so maybe not. And yeah, that's going to be a pretty straightforward 2-0. Just we got, you know, a lot more points than the Northern Realms in that particular situation. Not bad at all. Alright, let's jump into another game and see if it's as easy next time. Okay, and another Uprising opponent. And another red coin. Let's see if it's so one-sided this time. Alright. So, Bowman, probably not needed. It's not terrible, but... yeah, whatever. And then we could get rid of one Hawk, possibly here, I think. You know, it's good to get a Dwarf into the hand for sure. We have a lot of poison, that's great. And yeah, we're not going to harmonise with the second Hawk, so I think, you know, doing this is fine.
When I do the tenderizing, there's nothing left to fry.
Let's just go ahead and Dragoon, and then we go Half-Elf Hunter. It's probably the best way here. We won't actually lose out on the Harmony due to the Half-Elf. And we can get our Dragoon value, which is very nice. I like getting Dragoon value. So yeah, Half-Elf next. We can then go for either, you know, maybe Weeping Willow for a bit of Harmony, or just Hawk, depending on what happens. And for that poison on the Siege Tower, it's not a bad option. Again, we could probably just bully the opponent, maybe use our Aileron this round as well, to abuse the tempo really and win on even. Win on an equal amount of cards. Would be very nice. Alright, we're gonna get a pretty early Bloody Baron. Guess the opponent's just a bit scared, doesn't want to undercommit, as it were. I think I should probably play a poison here, although I'm a little bit reluctant to use Weeping Willow, because it's quite a good poison. So I think I'll probably first go with my Forest Whisperer. Yeah.
Daisies stand tall, dead.
Just throw it onto that Baron. If he wants to take his kind of extra couple of points here, he can. Onto Half-Elf. But that's going to put him at risk of getting poisoned and, you know, losing a lot of his points here. I think we might just see a pass at this point. We'll see. If that is the case, then maybe we'll just play Teruvial to take it. We'll see. He's actually not going to take that Baron value, that's a bit strange. So morale doesn't quite get me ahead, so I think I will Willow, because getting ahead here is pretty nice. Of course. Maybe I should have played the Willow first, it's just I figure if he does take the pass I maybe wouldn't want to play it. Maybe I would have actually. It's quite an efficient way to make the points. Alright, well, that's two pretty low tempo plays, so we can just punish, you know, very aggressively here. We don't even have to do very much, we can just play Hawk and we're getting ahead. and putting him in a bad position. This deck is very good at just kind of winning on even on red coin, I think, if the opponent doesn't play properly and respect your points and play big cards. But that's what we're going to see here. Fallible coming down.
I cannot fail.
It's going to make it, less, a little bit less easy to win on even. We could maybe go with Elias though. He's, is he enough here actually? I don't think he is. So it depends if we want to really bully the opponent or not. I think I do want to bully. Just kind of a question of how much. I quite like Teruvial plus leader charge here as a play. I think it's not too bad. Could also Elias. It's annoying that it ties. I wish it was enough to just win the round. Could even go for a Call of the Forest onto something. Like Venosil, for example, but I think I quite like just Teruvial and leader charge to bully and be aggressive. Not going to play for Oak here, because I can play into Row Punish. I think this is worth it, because we did get the Fallible. Okay. Revenant. That makes my life a little bit tricky, honestly. We might not want to push into this. We can obviously take Yavin or something with Call of the Forest if we need that. Maybe it's the way here. I suppose we should just follow the same kind of game plan as last game where, if we are able to win round 1 on even, we're probably winning the game. That Revenant's going to be a lot of points for him, so I think I need to just deal with it. It does cost quite a lot for us, but we're also getting a fair amount from him, so it's not completely free. Alright, let's just do the morale now, make sure we can kill that siege tower should we need to. I think at this point we should be fine, maybe even allowing us to keep Aileron in the deck for later on, that'd be quite good. If it's the case. He's going to go with a Philippa. But not enough to kill the morale. Kind of got a bit lucky there possibly, or he got unlucky. Or maybe the maths was always going to work out like that. One way or another, that's very good for us, because that's most of his good cards gone at this point. Or at least some very high provision, solid cards. Makes me feel less bad about using a leader charge here. And maybe using Aileron as well. We'll see if we have to do that. Definitely if we have to play Elias, it's quite a big commitment, because at that point we lose out on a lot of our elf synergy. But we'll see, we're going to get a decree here, so not free for him by any means. He should definitely try to play a weak card here, I think. It's going to be an Anna, it's not super weak. Alright, so we will just take it with the Elias. Unfortunately I can't deny the Aileron pop out, even if I play on front row. She is still going to come, so we do miss out on that kind of value for later. But we get a win on even, so it's probably worth it. Regardless. Going to be able to do a similar thing to last game. Obviously last game we were in a better spot, but here we can do a similar push, make his leader value very awkward, hopefully. I think I'm going to mulligan poison this round, it's going to be a bit hard to get value from it. I'm going to just go with a half-elf. And yeah, we could take our card, but I don't want I don't want round 3 to be too extended, because then the Uprising will get some decent value, and that could be a problem. This could be awkward for us if he has, a very strong hand. He might get his card back. Okay, Redea is definitely going to do that, but I'll just go with the Dryad here. I think I'll play my whole hand out, try to trade my kind of weak cards for his potentially good cards that he has on hand. And then his leader value will be, a bit weaker in the round 3 as well. Okay.
We'll find the princess and wait.
Yeah, again, we can play the Marauder out, I think. Does require 1 leader charge, but yeah, maybe that's not correct actually. Because we're going to lack some leader value in round 3 now. We'll see though, he's used, pretty much all of his good stuff, I think. Probably that was like a bad play, honestly. Should have just passed at that point, because, I mean, it could have worked out if his last card was a good one, but he already played a couple of good cards, right? So Wasn't super likely, but we'll see. We have some very, very powerful cards. There's one of them. Just need to kind of draw a couple of those and we should be okay here, I think. Bowman's a bit hard to get value from, possibly. Oak, not so much. Miner is not as good as what we could get, so I will mulligan. So, misplayed in that round 2 a little bit with that, Marauder play, but ultimately I think we should be okay. Let's go with a Bowman to open here. I think that's okay. I mean, we might be able to kill this, which would be a pain, but Venusial and Oak is good. We're glad we drew into those. We had Justice as well, which was very strong, and he's really used pretty much all of his good plays at this point, so I think we should be winning realistically. Gets a bit of extra leader value here though, which is, not too shabby for him. But yeah,
We shall retake the cities that
we
were
can go
stolen
ahead
from us.
and play our guys out. And we'll play the last one, I guess. Maybe that's not worth it. Maybe that's actually not a great play. But yeah, his leader's not worth too much. He did get some value with the Trident, but that meant he was playing a pretty bad card for this round 3.
Mere child's play.
I think we were always pretty much winning this after the win on even. Yeah. GG. A little bit close, but that's mostly coming down to the slight misplay in round 2 from me there. I should have just passed and not played the Marauder plus leader charge. So, it is what it is. Could have been a little bit more one-sided. But either way, yeah, very powerful red coin abuse with this deck when it works. And a lot of, good tempo, good pushing plays with the Elf combos and the, poisons, etc. Very strong deck, and I quite enjoy playing it. If that makes me a bad person, then so be it. Anyhow, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Do remember to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, it helps me, and all that good stuff, as YouTubers often say. Anyway, yeah, thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.